What's going on YouTube? Welcome in. Today we got another beautiful build for you. Today we're building in a newer case to the channel because we built in its little brother, the Antec FLUX, but now we have the Antec FLUX Pro. That's right, we're going all black out today in today's monstrous build. And we've got a ton of black fans and we've got some wood accents. And we just did another wood case here the other week with the beautiful Fractal North, but today we're going with the Antec FLUX Pro. We're starting today's system off with the tried and true best gaming CPU. That's right, the 9800 X3D, best bang for buck in terms of gaming performance. We're putting on one of the best motherboards in the X870E Tomahawk coming over from MSI and the Tomahawk Wi-Fi. We've got 64 gigs of RAM coming over in 6000 CL30 timings and that beautiful Fury Beast non-RGB. We've got a 2 terabyte Kingston KT3000 drive for our primary storage today. And then we've got a beautiful RTX 5080 coming over from us from MSI as well. And the beautiful Ventus blacked out black and a little bit of silver accents from that beautiful Ventus overclock edition. And to round out the cooling today for today's CPU, we've got the beautiful TRYX Panorama. Let us know anything down below in the comments about today's build. Make sure to smash that like button, help us with the algorithm. Let us know what you want to see us build with next over on our Twitch channel. You want to catch us live on it raw like it is right now as we record this intro and got to butcher it pretty well. You know us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints where we stream around 11 a.m. Eastern. We hope to see you soon. There's a setup over there. Let's get right into today's build. I'm going to get music going. And we're ready to get started. How much is the cost of this build setup? Right around 3,700. We're going to go top down over here on the stream and get started on today's beautiful builds. All right, we got one of our favorite motherboards today, chat. The X870E Tomahawk. Again, one of the best motherboards tried and true for any kind of gaming right now. We're going to drop our favorite CPU down and in, the 9800 X3D. There we go, all inside that slot. Just lock it in place, latch it in place. Next, we're gonna get our NVMe drive today. Other tried and true here at Since-Built, the KT3000. Now, could you go to a Gen 5 drive? Yes, they are gonna be a little bit more expensive. 7,000 megabytes read-write speed is pretty rock solid in today's standard. You're still gonna be waiting for those other people who are still playing on SSDs that are SATA and also potentially slower NVMe drives or M.2s. So 7,000 is a great speed. That's why, yes, you do see a lot of factory locked BIOSes and laptops. That's why you can't tweak it or mess with things, because they don't want you to, because they're not meant to be done. Laptops are supposed to be meant for mobile, occasional gaming use. Some say they can do long periods, but it's always hard to see that. All right, NVMe drive is down and in, locked in place. Let's get our RAM out next. 6000 CL30 Fury RAM coming for Kingston and non-RGB today, because we're going all black out with just a little bit of RGB or lighting coming from that beautiful TRYX Panorama. They look really good in this case too. Yeah, the Tomahawk board is just always so good. Like if you want a really, really good reliable board, go with Tomahawk from MSI. Price performance is usually almost impossible to beat. The tough boards from ASUS really are the ones that go hand in hand there. But I still think it goes like tough, Tomahawk, TRYX. Like the Tomahawk kind of fits between both of those brands, in my personal opinion. ASUS will say otherwise, MSI will definitely say otherwise. MSI will say that their boards compete with the TRYX. Sometimes, well, I think the Carbon kind of fits that profile. And MSI will say they're better than tough, while ASUS will say it competes with the tough. So there's a lot of that he said, she said laddering that's going on there. But that being said, got a beautiful setup here today. Let's get our cooler out today, guys. One of our favorite new coolers here. Amazing quality stuff right here from TRYX. 6-year warranty on their cooler. It's also a nice thing to have. Got a beautiful TRYX Panorama cooler. We're going to get all the parts we need right now out so we can get this started. Beautiful blackout build with a little bit of RGB coming off that TRYX cooler today. Look absolutely stunning. All right, so we're going to pop off the factory retention clips here for AMD. Let's get our brackets we need here for AMD. So they use a factory screws that you would use from the clips. I'm not going to tighten it all the way here. This is a really low torque drill. I'm just going to get it just enough where it's tight there. Then I'm going to tighten it down with a screwdriver. I will include these clips so the customer have them. They'll go back in this little bag here. These AMD brackets. It'll go back in the bag here with all the extra Velcro stuff that we don't like the Velcro. All the other Intel brackets and backplates and collars, they'll go back into the bag here. And all that he said, she said jumbo will go back into this box and go to the motherboard box. Now we already have thermal paste off the side here from TRYX that we have for a test cooler. So I'm going to put all that back in the motherboard box so they have extra thermal pastes. Put this last bracket on here. We are all set there to get ready to get the case out, chat. Again, beautiful build today. We have the X870 Tomahawk board, 9800 X3D down in the socket. Our standoffs are in place again for that beautiful TRYX Panorama with the non-RGB variant. We're going to have a little bit of the RGB coming from the screen today. We have a 2 terabyte NVMe drive coming from Kingston in the KC3000 down in our primary NVMe slot 1. Then we have 64 gigs of 6000 CL30 RAM. Absolutely beautiful build here, all blacked out with that beautiful lime accents that MSI did on the new designs. Slide this aside. Let's get this case out. Whoa, heavy. It says heavy. 2-person. We're just going to kind of throw this over our shoulder like so and get it out. Let's see where our top or our bottom is here. On the bottom, it's like that, okay. All right. Reinforced cardboard. This is a bigger case, chat. Definitely on the bigger side of cases. It's not really, is it a full tower? I don't know if they consider a full tower or not, but it's a nice tower, that being said, nonetheless. There's a chat, the beautiful Flux Pro. It's big, it's black, and it's thick. And it's got wood. Don't go there. Get the panels off so we can get started on today's beautiful build. Okay. All the panels are off. Again, it comes factory installed with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 fans. And if you get that reference, that's also a Geno reference. So, beautiful reverse fans here on the bottom and bringing air out of the power supply basement and chamber. It looks like eventually you could potentially add another third fan down here if you had one. We have a rear exhaust 140. I believe these are 120s on the bottom. Then we have 140s on the front. Plenty of airflow on this beauty. Little wobble. It's happened sometimes with cases, not too much. But just add a little bit of foam on the bottom on the feet and you'll be good to go. But absolutely beautiful case. LCD layout right here for temperature control. A lot of ventilation, airflow. Cabling is going to be fun in the back. I am going to bring a light back here so you can see it because we have a lot of cables to manage later in this bad boy. Oh yes, we do. You can see them all right there. Got a lot of cables. I like the pass-throughs. These are different. Really nice pass-throughs for the rubber right there. Really nice. Fans look really well. Definitely move some air in here. They call these the Tranquil 140s from Antec. Those are the names of their fans. But they look great. Reverse fans on the bottom. A lot of cables to interconnect here on today's build. But that being said, let's get our accessory box out from Antec and see what we got going on in here. This is FSC certified walnut wood. They're talking about the wood that's used on the frame of the case. It is indeed a certified walnut that is used. So this is real wood. Oh, that is neat. Wait a second. Hold your horses. Where does this power supply go? Pops right up like that. That's crazy. There we go. Power supply goes right here instead. Goes in here. That's interesting. Just saw that. So it's a side-mounted power supply internally. Nice. That'll actually be pretty good there. The cable's back over here. You can see it. Where they run the adapter, which will go right here. Plug it in. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's start getting building, chat. Let me get our screws here out of the little container. You could also do a rear mount power supply, standardized. We're going to side mount it, you know, why not? The playout drive we do it will exhaust normally being side mounted. It will exhaust out of the bottom, yeah. It still has that. And you guys still have airflow out of the back too. So it's going to pull out of the back, air for that power supply as well as the bottom. So you got a 2-for-1 kind of deal there. I think it's got more airflow than a standard power supply. All right. Let's get our little Tupperware container, as I call them, a little tackle box of parts and accessories. That's there. It says SSD for the screws. They have a separate motherboard, PSU shroud cover, 3.5 standoffs. So it's going to use the standard SSD standoffs, as I figured it would. Plenty of hard drive storage in the back over here for 3.5s on the side as well, and also the bottom. You can definitely get a lot of drives in this one. A lot of cooling, a lot of drives. Looks really good. We're going to go top down right away. Get this motherboard installed. You always exhaust out of the bottom. Oh my God. See what I deal with, chat? If you're on Twitch, TikTok, you'll understand what my mods are talking about. Faux show. You can actually put a extended ATX board in here, I believe. All of our screws are in, 3 across the top, 3 across the middle, 3 on the bottom. All right. Give the front close up here as I picked up and put this motherboard in there. You can see it. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're gonna start working all these cables. Oh my goodness. Hook up this rear exhaust fan. Boom. Front panel connections, we have a SATA today. The SATA is going to power probably the onboard hub. Now the hub that's on board on this case does include RGB. There's no RGB in today's system outside of the cooler. So even though we didn't really need to run that RGB cable to the motherboard there, we're still going to do it. It's just so in case he ever would add RGB fans, he has a right to do that. So clean. It is beautiful. It is indeed beautiful. Mr. Spence in chat, who we're building for today on this Monday. All right, so now we're starting working on our front panel connections. We have a USB. Well, we have regular USB too. So we have USB 2, USB 3. Which other USB? Oh, and the USB over here is for the loadout. I'm like, what's this other third USB? And I remember there's the little onboard controller that we can see. All right, Type C is going in first. Beautiful Type C. Boom. Next will be our USB 3.0 header. Boom, all in there. Next, we're going to work on just our cable management in the meantime here. Get some more zips in a minute. Zip our cables, boom, boom. All right. Bottom, we have to run USB, front panel, and HD audio. We're going to do that next. We're going to move on to our power supply after that. Let's get our front panel connection up and in. Boom. Front panel is going in now. Next will be our USB. We'll have dual USB today. One for the screen and one for the layout right here. Front panel HD audio. Last one going in here. Boom. All right. Next we'll be moving on to our power supply after this. We're going to get one more quick zip here to manage our cables. Let's get the power supply out today. 1200 watt ASUS Tough. Beautiful black cables on this one as well. Our cellophane off this beautiful ASUS power supply. There she is. All right. Get our cables out. I'm just going to grab our screws and zip ties. You can always use those zip ties. And our screws for the power supply. There we go. Power cable, silica, and Velcro is all going to go in the motherboard box, so he has that in case he ever needs it. Next, get this box out of the way. All right. First off is going to be a 12-volt high power. Let's go to our GPU. Next will be a SATA. Now, is this a 2-pin, 3-pin? That's a 3-pin SATA. I think there's a 2 in here. There is that's 12-volt high power to PCIe. Molex. There is a single PCIe, which we'll need for the additional PCIe power. There is our CPU. There is our second CPU. There's a 24-pin main. And here's our small SATA. Yes, our 2-pin SATA. There we go. All these other cables will go into the motherboard box with the power cable. The fun part begins. Start getting these cables going. Actually, before we do the cables, we can actually mount this power supply. We'll be able to plug in the power supply at the end. I need to grab our power cable over here. Boom. There it is there. Plug that in there. Let's just screw that in. Yeah, usually access all the cables in the back here in a second. And 4. All right, all of our cables there for our power supply. It's now plugged in. There we go. Now we're going to start running these bad boys. First off is going to be our 12-volt, our 24-pin main motherboard. Up and then we're going to go with this big boy. It's plugged in. There we go. Next is going to be our SATA. So this is going to be the fun one. I'm going to connect it, and then we're going to figure out how we can make it smaller, the run here. I'll show you all this cable management when we're done at the end too, so you can see it. All right, there it is. There we go. SATA. All right, SATA's plugged in. It's going to control our onboard head, or our onboard fan controller. I will say the great thing about where this power supply is located is the fact that I can do what I'm doing right now. Easily plug in all of our cables, manage them really efficiently, and then run them right down and plug them into the power supply, so you can really work on the cable management. I do like that. 24-pin main motherboard. That's in now. There we go. All we have left is our 12-volt high power next chat. Next will be just our GPU cable. Just going to run up through here. That's going to go past our fans, but we're going to make sure we get this dialed in later in a minute. It's going to plug in down below in our power supply. Let me see where we're at. And all we're moving on to the cooler in the next chat. So the cable manager's looking pretty clean in the background. I'll show you where we're at right now. Cable's looking pretty clean. We'll have a few more zip ties here and there to tidy things up, but it is looking pretty spicy right now. And you can see, there we go, looking good. So we're gonna move on to getting our cooler installed, chat. All right, let's get ready to get this installed right away. Our beautiful TRYX Panorama, our beautiful and pre-installed Noctua fans that we have here on this cooler. Grab our LCD screen. I'm just gonna remove that briefly. It's out of the way while we get ready to mount this. Now we do have a pre-applied thermal pad, so we won't need any thermal paste today. These are brand new, fresh off the boat probably. TRYX Panorama AIOs. They just came in, literally, I believe like last week. They're pretty darn brand new for the most part. We just got them in from TRX. You can smell it, the fresh packaging and everything. All right. Right down on we go. Just gonna slide this ever so slightly out of the way. There we go, perfect. Gonna slightly move our screws to be adjusted. There we go. There we go. Got them pre-threaded. Start tightening them up now. Baby, the fan. It's got a nice fan in it. It's got a nice fan built into the cooler. Like it stays extremely cool. It's a phenomenal unit. We've been really thoroughly impressed with TRX. Performance, aesthetic, everything they've got it dialed in. Extremely dialed in. Fans are amazing. I think I showed you guys the other day. The fans are literally a magnetic connection. Magnet goes right to the fans, and they have the PWM connection and RGB. All right, we'll flip this up, chat. We're ready to mount this rad. This case, it's crazy. Plenty of space for cooling. Spin this around so you can see it, chat. All right. Going off, looking good there. All right, awesome. Let's put our screen on. Spreadsheets on the screen. It's a new thing. A TRX. We can gladly put your Excel sheets right on our cooler. All right, last of the USBs, right in here for the cooler. Boom. All right. Just zip tie these up. Cable management looking good on the back. There we go. There's our cable management. Let's get our GPU out, chat. Beautiful TRX Panorama. Now we're going to a beautiful 5080 out. Sorry, not a TRX Panorama. The TRX Panorama is in, but I was just taking the peel off it. It looks great. Let's get our GPU out and take out our two slots or three slots today. Let's take a look. It's a really, really nice case. A lot of airflow in here. Get 5080 out. Get this beautiful 5080 out today, guys. Sheesh. The only thing that would have looked better with this one actually probably would have been the shadow. We didn't have, we had a Ventus. The shadow's all blacked out. That would look really nice. But we have the Ventus today. Is a 5080 actually worth it to the price tag? You're really paying for actually the highest end cooler. We're really RGB in the name of ASUS. Their tough card will compete probably if you do any kind of overclocking with it. For like, what is it, like $400 or $500 cheaper sometimes? It's insane. So no, I don't think, no offense to ASUS, I don't think the Astro card's worth it. I don't, really don't. All right, here we go, chat. Let's drop in this beautiful 5080. 3, 2, 1 on the funkage. There it is. Up and in we go. I mean, you don't even need a bracket for this one too. It's not super heavy. So mostly aluminum, a little plastic. They do on some of these, but you're good to go there. There's chat. All done. It's time to get ready to do exclamation light it up. The only light up we're going to see is going to be from the motherboard and from the cooler. But there it is, chat. We are done.
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come on over, hang out, chat it up with us, watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.